ಟರ್ನ್ ಆನ್ ಇದೆ ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಯು ಹಾಕ್ಲಾ ಹಲೋ ಹಲೋ ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಇರಮ್ಮ ನಾನು ಕುರ್ಚಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀನು ಜೋಸ್ವಿನ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಹಾಂ ಈಗ ಇದೇನಾ ಇದು ಇದು ಹಲೋ ಆರ್ ಯು ಲಿಸನಿಂಗ್ Yeah, okay. Can you hear? Okay, fine. Are you seeing me? Yeah. Shall we start the meeting or what? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
ಈಗ ಕಮ್ಮ ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಇದು
Good evening.
ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಇರು
Yes, sir. Good evening and a warm welcome to you all who have gathered here for a cause. There are so many issues in the country and are really needed to be addressed and should find a logical conclusion. One of them is Agricultural Bill 2020. The persons in the health affairs are declaring the bill to be in favor of the farmers, whereas the latter ones are agitated, claiming it to be unfavorable to them. I realize that the entire issue is being politicized, forgetting the actual cause and concern.
ಬರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ
It is about the actual facts, the pros and cons of the bill. We have two eminent personalities to share their view on the Agricultural Bill 2020. Professor R. Kasagowda and Mr. Ajay Singh Brar. On behalf of the Karnataka, I take this opportunity to call to this state-level webinar.
ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್
Before we begin the webinar, a few instructions. Kindly mute audio and video. Kindly don't unmute until the interaction is allowed with the resource persons. Only when your name is called out to have an interaction with the resource person, unmute your audio and enable your video. Once the session is done, some time will be allotted for the interaction with the resource person. With this note, we shall begin our webinar. Let's begin the webinar with a prayer.
ಓಕೆ ಅದು ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ
ನಮಯನುಬಿನ ಹಂದರದೊಳಗೊಂದು ಮಂದಿರವಿದೆ ಉಚ್ಛ್ವಾಸ ನಿಶ್ವಾಸಗಳ ಓಂಕಾರವಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ರಾಮ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ರಾಮ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮನಿದ್ದಾನೆ
ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲುಬಿನ ಹಂದರದೊಳಗೊಂದು ಗರ್ಜಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಕಶೇರು ಹೆಗಲ ಮೂಳೆಗಳಿಂದಾದ ಶಿಲುಬೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ನಮಗಾಗಿ ಮೊಳೆಯ ಜಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ನಿತ್ಯ ಮರುಗುವ ಯೇಸು ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತ 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 ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಯೇಸು, ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೇಸು ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತನಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯೇಸು ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತನಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಮಸ್ತಿಷ್ಕದೊಳಗೆ ಸ್ತೂಪಗಳು, ಅಸ್ಥಿಯೊಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಬಸದಿಗಳು. ಸದಾ ಸುಸ್ಥವಾಗಿರುವ ಬುದ್ಧನಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಮಹಾವೀರನಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬುದ್ಧ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಮಹಾವೀರನಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬುದ್ಧ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಮಹಾವೀರನಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
Thank you. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming our speakers for the day, Professor R.N. Srinivasa Gowda and Mr. Ajay Pal Singh Brar. It's a part to welcome you, respected sirs. And Mr. Nina, Media Head of the ICUF State, to welcome and introduce today's guest speakers. Over to you, Ms. Nina.
Thank you, Elkanah. Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to today's session. I, Nina Glory, feel proud to introduce the resource persons for today's session. I would like to introduce the speaker for the first session, Professor Dr. R.N. Srinivas Gowda. Dr. Srinivas Gowda is the founding Vice Chancellor of Karnataka Veterinary Animal and Fishery Sciences, University Bidar. As first Vice Chancellor, he established a new Veterinary and Fishery Sciences University from scratch in Karnataka state with the motto of rural-oriented and farmer-friendly university. He was invited to several countries such as USA, United Kingdom, Netherlands, Hungary, Germany, France, Australia, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh to present his research papers. Also invited to World Veterinary Poultry Congress to present scientific talks. He was a recipient of number of awards including University Gold Medal for Outstanding Research and prestigious Clifma Award and Lifetime Achievement Award from Karnataka Veterinary Association, Lifetime Achievement Award UAS, Alumni Association, Lifetime Achievement Award Avian Health Professionals, Lifetime Achievement Award Indian Poultry Science Association, Lifetime Achievement Award Indian Poultry Journalists Association. Currently, he is the Secretary, Forum of Former Vice Chancellors of Karnataka, Bangalore. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and being present with us to speak about Agriculture Bill 2020. We have another resource person, Mr. Ajaypal Singh Bahar. Ajaypal Singh is a part of Farmers Morcha since the last 4 months. He is an author, activist, and understands the pulse of the times. He is aware of the issues confronting to farmers of Punjab. Even beyond the disputed law, he understands the geopolitics of the region and appreciates international development and their impact on the region and vice versa. Thank you, sir, for being with us and giving your time to form the young minds of our country. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you for introducing our today's resource persons. Now is the time to listen to the speakers. Kindly that Professor R.N. Srinivasa Gowda will address us for half an hour, followed by Mr. Ajay Palsikarar, and then we will have an interaction session with them. Over to our speakers for the day. Sir, you can start now.
Now, I think you have to switch on that, right? Yeah. At the outset, I am very thankful to you for inviting me to this evening session on farmers' meat and farmers' problems. Especially my special thanks to Father Joel Fernandez, who has interacted with me for a long time, and the faculty of your organization, the students, and the Nina Glory, who introduced me for the audience, and especially my thanks to All India Catholic University Federation to invite me to give a talk on this particular topic, burning topic. As somebody has told, Evangel has told that many problems are now facing the country, and one of these biggest problem is almost 25 days is the problem that is going on in the country with the farmers. They are now facing a lot of problems now. Let me start my talk. First in the start, madam. Just I'll share some transparencies. You start from first in the. Today's talk, what I've preferred this one. Are you seeing this? The Farm Acts, hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Farm Acts 2020, all you need to know, that is my presentation, which it's going to be my presentation. So in this, my plan of the talk is introduction, magnitude of the farm activity in India, Indian agriculture and its importance, need for pro-farmer reforms, 3 bills made into acts, and the 3 agriculture acts, what are they, and acts benefits and concerns, the myths and realities, suggestions and conclusions. These are the my plan of the talk. Okay. Indian agriculture, if you look into the Indian agriculture and its importance, it's a very big sector. It's the largest source of livelihoods in India. 70% of the rural households still depend primarily on the agriculture for their livelihood, with 82% of farmers being a small and very marginal, poor farmers rather, I can say. In 1718, a total food grain production was estimated at 275 million tons. And India is the largest producer of the global production, about 25% of the global production. And it's the largest consumer also, 27% of the consumption goes in India. And importer, we are going to import about 14% of the pulse in the world. So this is the magnitude. And India's annual milk production is 165 metric tons as per 17 and 18 statistics, making India the largest producer of milk, jute and pulse, and with the world's second largest cattle population, about 190 million in 212. This is also going to be a big problem. Let us wait. It is the second largest producer of the rice, wheat, sugarcane, cotton, and groundnuts, as well as the second largest fruit and vegetable producer, accounting to 10.9% and 8.6% respectively of the world fruit and vegetable production respectively. This is the magnitude again. The gross value added by agriculture, forestry, and fishing was estimated rupees 19.48 lakh crores, which is about US dollars 276.37 billion in the financial year 2020. Growth in the gross value added in agriculture and allied sector is stood about 4%. And India is having 16.6 million farmers and 131,000 traders registered on the platform until May 2020. Over 1,000 mandis in India are already linked to Electronic National Agriculture Market, ENAM, what we call, and 22,000 additional mandis are expected to be linked by 2021 to 2022. So Indian agriculture is a robust, having a good demand, and is having a driving exportation of agriculture sector and agriculture opportunities. There are many agriculture opportunities. Therefore, many people are going from cities to villages for their agriculture operations and allied sectors now. And with this, the India policy sector also is a very good policy sector, and it is having about targeting about US dollar 60 billion by 2022. Government of India is also aiming to double the farming income by 2022, and it's a competitive advantage. What I mean to say is we have got a proportion of good agriculture land for the crop production. Diverse agroclimatic conditions encourage cultivation of different crops also. So main agriculture clusters spread over in Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Assam. These are the agriculture clusters in India. Today's farming situation. What is the farming situation today? According to 2018 statistics, agriculture sector employs more than 50% of the total Indian workforce and contributes to at least 17% of the national GDP. However, every crop season, the small and marginal farmers start from the scratch, availing loans from the financial associations of banks and fail into bad debts will be there. Shockingly, 2019 statistics alone states that 10,281 farmers committed suicide because of the bad debts, according to the National Crime Bureau. Still, we say that agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy, and farmer is the backbone of agriculture, right? And with that, livestock is the backbone of the farmer. Disparity between agriculture and other sectors. What is the disparity now between agriculture and others? So in 90s, agriculture sector was left out. They are not given that much importance. The difference of annual income between farmers and other workers stood at 25,398 in 1993-94, further widened to 54,377 in 1999 and 2000, and the next decade it is further decreased to more than 1.4 lakhs, increased to 4 lakhs, but whereas the farmer remained the same. Despite of economic liberalization in the beginning of the 90s, agriculture sector was left out. The difference, this is the problem we have got. Hence, it was known that the agriculture sector too need pro-farmer reforms, just like reforms in the other sectors, to double the income of the farmers as evinced by the government of India. So need for pro-farmer programs. There are fragmented markets. Each market functions as a separate entity, hampering intra and interstate trade. Still, we have got insufficient markets. At the same time, not enough markets to deal with growing produce. And at the same time, market fees and charges, taxes of various commissions rise at the cost of the financial product while reducing the returns of the farmers. This will reduce the returns of the farmers. Inadequate infrastructure. We are not ready in infrastructure, particularly in the markets, remaining underdeveloped and not in tune with the modern supply chains. Post-harvest losses, there is a heavy loss. Probably we are growing so much, but we are also losing. One estimation in 1914 says that we have lost almost 90,000 crores in the harvest loss. Restricting on the license, entry as a licensed agent was restricted, discouraging competition and encouraging cartelization is there. Therefore, we have to have a good licensing authority. High intermediation costs. The fragmented system led to the high intermediation costs, rising costs for consumers while depressing prices received by the farmers. Information asymmetry. Farmers often lacked with the market information. Although data is available, but is not spread to the farmers properly. With the traders and the commission agents withheld from the farmers, therefore, it's very difficult to sell their produce in the markets. Inadequate credit facility also. The banks also, they're not giving that much credit facilities to farmers. They give a lot of trouble to give the credits also. Therefore, the suicides are increasing. What are the farm bills now? The Indian Parliament passed 3 agriculture bills in September this year to reform the way agriculture produce is marketed. These bills, which received the President's sign of the September 27, 2020, which passed amid an uproar by the opposition party leaders and farmers group alike. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also called these reforms a watershed moment in the Indian agriculture. He appreciates the bills in all the times, even now, today. So these are the 3 bills were made into acts now. What are these 3 new bills, agriculture acts now? Number 1 is Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Felicitation Act 2020. Second one is the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement, Price Assurance Farm Services Act 2020. And the third one is the Essential Commodities Act. What are these? What changes do these laws bring? Let us go to the number 1, Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion Facilitation Act 2020. What it says. So we have got a lot of benefits also. Let us visualize the benefits, what this law says. The freedom of choice of the farmers to trade their produce anywhere within the territory of India, interstate and intrastate, beyond the physical premises of the Agriculture Produce Market Committee, APMC markets, at the better prices. So that is one benefit. Second one is this will increase the potential buyers because it widens their scope. Number 3, prohibition of the state government from levying any market fee, cess or levy outside the APMC areas. Earlier they used to collect the levy, and now it is been removed. That levy has been removed by the APMC areas. Reducing the market transportation costs, thus helping the farmers getting better prices at their production places. Providing a facilitative framework for the electronic trading also, it is quite easy through APMCs now. Promote the concept of one nation and one market. This is what the Farmers Produce Trade Commerce Felicitation Act says. So now, other benefits are, it will also increase the competition in the market, which will ensure better prices for their produce. It will engage in trade through electronic trading platforms, which saves various associates such as marketing and transport also. And there are some concerns. Let us see the concerns also. What are these concerns? Now, in this act, it will affect the revenue of the state government as the farmers can sell their produce beyond APMC. This is the main concern. That's why the strike is also on, and it is induced by some politicians also. The mandi field will be hampered, and this is the great source of income to the state governments. Example, Punjab government annually earns about 350 crores by the mandi fee. So this will be stopped. Therefore, some of the governments are not willing to introduce these bills. Some of the concerns are it does not give statutory backup to MSP. That's what minimum supporting price. So government declares MSP for crops, but there has been no law mandating their implementation. This is what the government has to make a law for implementation of the minimum supporting price for some of the commodities. This will close the business of commission agents, as the farmers can sell their produce directly to the registered traders. Therefore, the commission agents also joined for the strike, and that is also they are doing that. And Act number 2, Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Service Act 2020. This is having some of the benefits. Farmers can enter into contracts with corporates, including agribusiness firms, processors, wholesalers, exporters, or large retailers by the way of contract farming, where the contract specifies the crops agreed upon to grown and the remuneration for it. And other benefits are transferring the risk of the market unpredictability from farmers to sponsors, enabling farmers to get access to modern technology and to get better inputs, reducing the cost of marketing and boosting the farmers' income. That is the thing. So further benefits are farmers can engage in direct marketing and by the way of eliminating intermediates, realize the full price for their produce. Effective dispute resolution mechanism with redressed timelines. Marginal farmers with a land less than 5 hectares can gain via aggregation and contract. Marginal small farmers account to 86% of the total farmers in India. These can aggregate, they can have a cooperative basis, and they can give it for contract farming. Then there are some concerns. What are these concerns? In the Farmers Empowerment Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and the Farm Services Act, the corporates and traders will have upper hand and can be smart players, as the farmers have weak negotiation skills to grab fruitful deal for themselves. Some more concerns: small and marginal farmers may be deprived of sponsors. This may give rise to the bias decision for the settlement of disputes by the civil servants, as they are primarily under the consent of the state government. The third act is Essential Commodities Amendment Act 2020. The benefits are: the Essential Commodities Act 1955 empowers the central government to designate certain food items, fertilizers and petroleum products as an essential commodities, and government may regulate and prohibit the production of supply of tracking these commodities. Removal of commodities such as cereals, pulses, potatoes, onions, edible oil seed and oils from the list of essential commodities is a welcome suggestion. Deregulation of the government power by extending its control over the production, supply, distribution, trade, and commerce of such foods only under extraordinary circumstances and not otherwise. Extraordinary circumstances include war, famine, extraordinary prices rise, etc. For the horticulture products, 50% rise in the non-perishable agriculture food items, and naturally calamity and grave natural situations, this can be made use of. Then further benefits are bringing investment for farm infrastructure like cold storages, modernizing the food supply chain. That is also, we can have the good benefit. Helping both the farmers and consumers by bringing in price stability. Creating competitive market environments, thereby cutting waste of the farmers' produce is also there. Freedom of stock will lead to exploitation, as the big companies can stock several food items and will sell it in when the prices will rise. This is the concern of the essential commodities. This may give rise to black marketing also. The price limit set extraordinary circumstances is so high that they can never be triggered. This is what the concerns are. The myths and facts about these farm bills are the central government is nullifying the APMC law enacted by the various state governments. These bills do not encroach on the APMC Act, which an act of the states. It's an independent state can have. Agriculture markets will operate as the state government if the state government wishes, since they have their own laws. Trade happening outside agriculture markets to be covered under the new law, and bill facilitates remunerative price discovery through competitive trading chances beyond the APMC also. That is the real fact. So the another myth is bill will lead to the destruction of the peasants, exposing them to the whims of the market forces. No, facts are different. The farmers can now enter into direct or commercial agreements for sale of produce, eliminating the middleman. Buyer to be responsible for providing necessary measures of inputs for good crop yield after the sale produce is decided. Proper agriculture equipment, technical guidance and advice to the farmer, and a full or a partial responsibility for the crop risk to be borne by the buyer. And bills unshackle the farmer from mandis and selling produce from place and the trade of the choice across the India. Anywhere he can sell, increase the number of potential buyers and profitability. Only thing is he has to have connections with the good buyers. Traders freed from the licenses, and they can go with without corruption or such things, and we can also have it will strengthen the supply chain. Bills will increase the competition from among mere 50 to 60 traders for farmer produce in the markets. Any merchant with the now eligible for the trade is eligible for the trade also. So now, what will not happen in this? Minimum supporting price will not go away. APMC mandis will not be closed. Farmers' land will not be taken away anyone from any reason. Buyers cannot make any changes to farmers' lands. Buyers cannot cheat the farmers. Contracts cannot terminate without the full payment. So this is the law of all these three laws. Now, what will happen? MSP system will continue. After passing farmer bills, government announced the MSP increase. APMC mandis will continue to work. Farmers can sell in APMC mandis or outside. It is their choice. Farmer can fix the prices for produce even before growing it. Buyers must pay on time or face legal action. Farmers can end agreement with any time they wish. More investment and infrastructure will come. Better lives to the farmers and jobs for rural youth also will increase. So I can conclude, the simple solution against the protest will be to include the statutory backing to minimum supporting price and make a law for mandating its implementation. The Farmer Act is not so bad for the farmers except certain concerns. So the starting farmers may gain a good amount of profits by time. What it will do cannot be predicted. This can be great act if some required changes will be made. Last Thursday, 17 December 2020, Supreme Court also asked the central government to put India's new farm bills on hold as it mulls setting up of the panel to break this deadlock. That means even this will not be implemented immediately. So therefore, this is the benefits of the new farm laws. I had already discussed about that, and we have already discussed about this benefits of the new farmers. Farmers have got new option insofar they will have the freedom of sell to produce outside the APMCs. This is what I already discussed about that. So benefits to the bill. Drawbacks of the bill, let us think of again. Within this law, mandis operated under APMC law of the states will be abolished. So states will be deprived of their money. After the end of the APMC mandis, the farmers will be forced to sell their crops to corporate companies at one and a half price, 1.5 price. That is the half price. Due to the abolition of the mandi system, there will be no purchase of crops on MSP. Farmer products have been going from one state to another in the past, and then provisions of the new law are only for the benefit of the corporate and not for the benefit of the farmer. This is what the farmer says. Farmer will be exposed to the risk of fraud due to the entry of people without license or registration. In case of any dispute in the business with the corporate buyers, there will be a danger of farmers' interest being ignored. Farmers fear losing their land, become slaves to the corporates also. According to the farmers, the Essential Commodities Act 2020 is also in favor of big buyers. So therefore, these farmers and organizations across the India call for Bharat Bandh. We have seen Farm Bill, angry farmers take to the streets, and you see the magnitude, and they stopped the highways, and cannons have been used. Poor farmers have suffered a lot, and the 3 farm laws enacted by Government of India needs attention on the following issues in the best interest of the farmers, farm laborers, agriculture entrepreneurs of the rural society, and the country at large. So let us respect our parents who brought us to this world, our farmers who fed us every time. He is the second person. I think even from the childhood, we will have to get our food, feed, whatever our nature and environment, the planet Earth, our teachers who are our mentors, our doctors, warriors of the healthcare, our army who guards our border. So this is what my talk, I conclude with thanks. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I hope you have heard of my talk and probably understood the grievances of the farmers and the government also. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Elaborately, sir.
Are you hearing? Are you hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for elaborately explaining the merits and demerits of the agriculture bill to us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Mr. Ajaypal Singh Brar won't be able to join us due to some technical issues. So, dear friends, now we have some time for interaction to clarify or have interaction with the resource person. So, may I now request Mr. Josephine, Karnataka ICUF State Animator, to take charge of the interactive session. Over to you, sir.
Are you hearing? Hello? Yeah. Yes. Yes. See, the corporators, the big corporators will play with the big farmers. Then the small farmers will be left out. It is very difficult to group them also because of their poverty and other things. It's very difficult. With the small landholders, it is very difficult to group them on a cooperative basis also. So that is the reason people are now, they don't want this bill because the corporators are going to take away their lands and other things and everything. That's what they're going to lose. So the market also, the middleman, particularly the middleman, is playing a big role here. And without the middleman, they cannot sell anything. And middlemen also, what they are doing, they finance the farmers in advance, the middlemen, for their children's marriage or education or whatnot. But so therefore, the middlemen also, they are going to play in a big way. So therefore, the bankers should come forward to finance the farm sector, and therefore that will solve the problem at this juncture. Am I clear? Hello? Hello? Yeah, please. Hmm. Okay. Now, there are two things. If the farmer sells his produce to the different markets, fragmented markets, it will be cheaper. Even consumer also get at the rate, because middleman's operation will not be there at that time. So they can sell directly. That means consumer will be benefited. If it is a corporate sector and we have to depend on his inputs, what we call is ROI, rupee on investment. So he will have his own calculations. Then he will fix the rate. Say for example, in case of chicken, I just the contract basis. The contract basis, what they say, what are the inputs from chick cost to everything, feed cost, everything, and the farmer will get about 5 rupees to 6 rupees per kilo at the end. So just that I am giving an example. If that be the case, if there is anything happens with a disease or something, the farmer is the loser. So he will not have the saying. So therefore, the control of the rates will be there with the corporators after some time. That is another important thing also. Okay. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Say for example, take this example of onions. Onion has gone up to 100 rupees per kilo, right? Even 100, 120 sometimes, 80 rupees, 100 rupees per kilo. Unless you bring some loss here, you cannot bring down the cost. So that means the consumer will be at more risk, or he is the loser. So therefore, farmer will not get, say for example, apples. Apples in the Kashmir, the farmer gets only 5 to 6 rupees or 7 rupees per kilo. What is the cost we are paying now? 120 to 200 rupees, sometimes 120 to 200 rupees. So what is this difference? Where it goes? Who is doing this business? So therefore, corporators will also have a say, and they will also fix the rate. And naturally, we are the consumers. We are to pay more. That is what is going to happen. Yes. And yeah. Yes. That is what I just mentioned about that. The corporates will not take the land of the farmer. Land will not be in his name, or is a farmer's name only. It will be there with the farmer only. But only thing, he has to read the contractual material very properly. It should show to the legal persons. So then only he should enter into the contract farming. Otherwise, there are some, the legal actions will be favorable to the contract farmers, contractors, but not the farmers. We have to be very, very careful in this when we enter into contract farming situation. I gave an example of the broiler chicken, for example, chicken reared for meat. So this is what they enter into a contract, and they have to, all inputs they are going to give. The contractor is going to give all the inputs, and ultimately the farmer is going to sell based on the weight gain. Say for example, 5 rupees per kilo is going to get, or 6 rupees he is going to put that one into in the agreement. Then it will be beneficial. Its shed will not go, its land will not go, everything will be intact. some of the items are very, very beneficial to the farmers if it is properly implemented. Only thing is the middleman and APMC. Say, for example, if this is implemented, APMCs will not have a role, but they have to convert into different aspects. So they can convert to have cold storages or ENAM, what we call that they have to have, and fixing of the MSP and all these things, the responsibility of the these APMCs. So they have to have a different role. Actually, see, the farmer will produce the item and he has to take it to the APMC. Then APMC people will fix the rate, and then middleman will fix the rate. So all these things will go away. So that is the beneficial also is there. A lot of benefits. That's what I gave the lot of benefits also. They are very useful and they are going to be very beneficial. That's what even our Narendra Modi also tells about, that it's going to be a change in the farmer's life in future. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Hmm. Yeah. No, no, one thing, states will have many aspects in getting the money. That is different. This is not from the farmer's will. Say, for example, farmer will toil throughout his life. Say, whatever, whether there is sun, rain, or whatever it is, any climate change, he will be doing that work. And ultimately he is going to feed us, all of us. But we have to see his welfare also. Farming welfare is very important component. Important component. Say, we cannot think only the, see, now who is getting the maximum MSPs? It is only Punjab is getting the maximum MSP, minimum supporting price, on the rice and the paddy, but no other states. So Kerala, they don't have APMCs at all, for example. So what are they not running the government? So yes, sure, we can make without APMCs also. APMC role we can modify in a different way. That's what I explained about APMCs. The role will be different. It changes. They have to change the APMC's role. So now what is happening in the APMC? The government people also join the hand with the middleman, and these two people are really, they are spoiling the farmer's interest. See, ultimately the farmer is the loser with this. So the farmer they don't have a say on his commodity, what he produced. So that is the reason all these things should be, I think for some time, we should allow them to implement, and they will definitely help the farming community. Welcome. Welcome. Okay.
Thank you, Joseph. We have and now State Council to deliver a vote of thanks.
Good evening to all. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me, sir? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So I pray on behalf of ICAP Karnataka and the entire state team, extend a hearty thanks to the speaker for sharing your thoughts and opinions with us today, sir. A big thanks to you, Professor R. N.S. Gowda. Your speech has enlightened us, our minds, and made us aware about the actual scenario about the Agriculture Bill 2020. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to place and record a hearty thanks to the State Animator, Mr. Joshua, and State Advisor, Father Joel Fernandez, for their support and guidance. I also extend my thanks to the state team for their enormous cooperation in organizing the webinar. Thank you very much, and happy evening to you all.
Thank Thank you all for your wonderful participation. Have a pleasant evening. Kindly log out.